We now hear from Bill Posey, the local Republican Party chair. Welcome to Community Crossroads.
Oh, thank you, Caroline. It's great being here.
Well, it's great to be in 2022, and we're headed toward a busy primary. Let's talk about District 27. What a crowded race, but that's a good thing.
In my mind, it's a real good thing. The candidates hate it, but I like it because it airs a lot of, there's a lot of, excuse me, there's a lot of apprehension out there about voting with the 2020 election. So a lot of people step up, and I think it's a great thing.
Well, let's take a look at those candidates. I know there's about 5.
Yes.
AJ Louderback, Andrew Alvarez.
Yes.
Chris Mapp.
Yep.
And then we've got Michael Cloud and Eric Mireles.
Yes.
And Michael Cloud is our incumbent.
That is correct. He's been there 4 years. There was, at the beginning of his run, there was so many elections.
It was crazy.
It was crazy, right? So it's hard to say exactly how many years he's been there.
Well, what has it been like working with all the candidates? What are their platforms? What are their ideas?
You know, this year it's been a reflection of what's happening nationally. And people, we had a candidates forum the other night, great turnout, right? And so a lot of people talked about national politics as opposed to what really affects us here locally. So that's really on their mind, and also in the voters' mind. Right,
and like I know Louderback was on the show a few weeks ago,
sure.
And he talked about Border Patrol, right, resources that we need here in Victoria.
Right.
And we're hundreds of miles away from the border, but we're still being impacted.
Right, absolutely.
And let's also take a look at the county clerk race. Incumbent Heidi Easley has an opponent. It's Brandy Schustery?
Yes, that's how it's a very difficult name. But I just call her Miss Brandy because the last name is so difficult. But I think you hit the nail on the head.
And county clerk is such an important position.
Absolutely.
Kind of like the eyes and ears of the entire county.
Right. And they do such great service for us. And the beauty of that office, too, is they have such a good backup of talent in the entire office. They're really smart down there.
And what do you know, going back to District 27, what do you know about Alvarez and Mireles? What are their platforms?
Well, Mr. Alvarez came to our forum the other night, and I've never met him. He's really a nice guy. And the first thing out of his mouth, everybody got a chuckle, that he used to be a Democrat, but he finally saw the light and came over the Republican side. So that warms all of our heart, you know?
In South Texas, it's hard not to wear red. It's really tough. Yeah. I mean, population-wise, there's a lot of activity, a lot of engagement with the community, the Republican women's group, the GOP group. I mean,
we try to make it as exciting as possible for people and to come to our side and see the way we see things. If we're successful, we have a bigger turnout.
And what about Chris Mapp? He sounds familiar.
He's ran before, and he's a local business owner out of Port O'Connor. He runs a store that buys and sells boats and parts. In fact, he was on my radio program this morning.
Oh, it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. You remember from last time.
And I remember, I know him more for his, I think, boat business,
yes,
too. So excellent. Well, let's go ahead and share some more general information about the upcoming primary. The deadline to register is coming up. It's January 31st, and you can go to 2805 North Navarro to register to vote, or go to the website as well. Also call 361-578-6281 for more information. Early voting starts on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Yeah, February. I mean, we're less than a month out. I mean, this time is going by so quick. And as we talked earlier, how can you complain if you don't go out and vote?
Yeah, you got to go out and vote.
And if Margetta Hill is our administrator down there, she is so efficient, and her staff is so efficient. You're in and out of there in like 2 minutes. So just go to 2805. It's 05. I always want to say 06. North Navarro, and go down there and vote, right?
Yeah, definitely. And don't go anywhere. Coming up, we learn more about what's on the Republican ballot for this primary election.